Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday. I don't think I've been on today. If I have, I forgot, but I don't think so. But hi, I hope everybody had a wonderful Wednesday. I'm going to be quick and short, hopefully. Y'all know how when I hate when people get on and speak inaccurate meanings to words or situations, or their way of explaining something is not correct. So I happened to see a person doing a whole, I think it's 3 hours, on narcissistic personality disorder. Well, the thing that bothered me is that this person knows absolutely nothing about it. The word being a narcissist has been thrown around so much in the last couple of years, and people have distorted the definition and what it means, and if people really have it. To be honest, there is only, let me get this straight because, and first, let me let you see where I'm getting this from. So there won't be, let me show you this. Can you see this? It is a DSM-5, which is the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. This book is what therapists, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, anyone in the mental health field that may be doing any type of diagnosing, it is considered the Bible, because that is the criteria you would go by to determine whether or not a person has a certain type of mental disorder. And if they don't line up, then they don't have it. We do know that a lot of them coexist and they overlap. So sometimes they can make it rather tricky. But they call it NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And most people don't even say that. They just want to say somebody is a narcissist. And they don't, sorry y'all, they don't know what they are talking about. It falls up under, we don't use really clusters anymore, but it would be considered clustered A, personality disorder. So there's a whole list of personality disorders. And let me just give you a few. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to use the book and talk to you all at the same time. So, these are the following personality disorders, and that's paranoid personality disorder, schizo personality disorder, schizopath personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and you know Parker gonna start barking. Stop it. Histrionic personality disorder, narcissistic, avoidant personality, dependent personality, obsessive compulsive, personality change due to another medical condition, and other specified personality disorder and unspecified personality disorder. Okay, that was a whole mouthful, wasn't it? But there is criteria for that. And as far as therapists are concerned, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, there is only 0 to 6.2% of the people in the world are considered narcissists. It is a very small group of people out of all the mental disorders they are. So for all these people talking about they done met a narcissist, they have not. Everybody has narcissistic personality traits. Any of us, we can all think more highly of ourselves than we really are. Does it make you a narcissist? No. We all can not have or believe that we're so special and can't be understood by everybody else unless they're special people. Sometimes people act like that. We all can admire ourselves too much. There are a lot of people who feel like they're entitled, and it could be simply because of who their family is or what type of job they have. People, we all have taken advantage of somebody for the most part in some form or fashion. And we all have been in situations where we might not have given enough empathy as we should have, so we would have been lacking in that area. And we all can be envious of somebody at some point. Now, all of those individually does not make a narcissist. All of them together collectively makes a narcissist. You would have to have, and I didn't even name all of them, but you would have to have 5 out of the, how many there is? I want to say 9. Yeah. A person would need to have 5 out of the 9 things I'm getting ready to name for them to be considered a narcissist or have NPD, a narcissistic personality disorder. They have a grandiose sense of self-importance. They exaggerate achievements and talents and expect to be recognized as superior without really having any achievements. It's like, okay, so you wash the dishes, so now you want a star because you wash the dishes. Everything they do, you know, is a big major thing for them. 2, is preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success, power, brilliance, beauty, or an ideal love. So, you know, these people are, you ever met somebody that's preoccupied with the success that they have? That's all they talk about. Somebody does that with the power they have, or if they're really smart, or somebody who everybody has told you are so beautiful that they are obsessed with that ideal of beauty, but it's only about them. Number 3, believes that he or she is special and unique and can only be understood by or should associate with other special or high status people. So because they're so smart, they can only hang out with people who have a brilliant IQ like them. They're a doctor, so they can, no, not just a doctor, they're a surgeon, so they don't associate with other doctors who are not surgeons. Would be good examples. Number 4, requires excessive admiration, meaning that you have to constantly praise them and say nice things about them, because if you don't, it's going to get on their bad side. They cannot accept any type of criticism. Number 5, has a sense of entitlement. They have unreasonable expectations of especially favorable treatment or automatic compliance with his or her expectations, meaning that they figure if they're carrying a battery across the street, that people on the sides of the road, on the sidewalk, or driving should stop what they're doing and carry that battery for them. Why? Because, make sure I get this right. Because they have a sense of entitlement. It's all about them. People should do for them. Number 6 is interpersonally exploitive. Takes advantage of others to achieve his or her own ends. So I'm going to tell you stories and lie to you about my life and what really happened so that you'll feel bad for me and you'll send me money. Or I'm going to sit in the back of my van and eat only sardines and crackers so you'll feel bad for me and you'll send me money for food. things like that. Number 7, lacks empathy, is unwilling to recognize or identify with the feelings and needs of others. Meaning, you have someone in your chat that says that they're recovering from surgery, and what you're talking about is kind of making them feel bad, and you tell them to take a chill pill and watch you on another day. Number 8, is often envious of others or believes that others are envious of him or her. Well, I'm going to be envious because you're prettier than me, your hair is longer than mine, and men find you attractive, so they give you really nice gifts when they're dating you because they want to. They want you to have the gifts. I'm mad and envious about that, so I'm going to get on my channel and make it seem bad for a woman to be able to accept expensive gifts from their friends and boyfriends or husbands. And then, on top of that, I really have not chosen to achieve really anything with the life I've been given. I haven't utilized my gifts and talents to the heights that God would have me to go. But because I haven't really done anything with this life, I believe other people are envious of it, because that makes me feel better when I believe you're envious of what I've done versus what you've done. I wanted to make it seem bad for you to be proud about your accomplishments and the things that you've done. Number 9, shows arrogant, haughty behaviors or attitudes. Well, if you say something I don't like, I'm just going to delete you and block you. And I don't have to talk to you. And I can accept gifts and monies from you, and then I can call you names and talk about you like a dog and don't care nothing about it. Why? Because I'm haughty and I have an attitude. So now, out of those 9 things, for you to be a narcissist, you need to have 5. Or whoever, they need to have 5. I've already told you only 0 to 6.2% of the people in the world are narcissists. Narcissistic traits may be particularly common in adolescence, and it doesn't indicate that they're going to grow up and be a narcissist. It's just that anybody that's raised a teenager, they would definitely fit into the category of having narcissistic traits because it's all about them. Individuals with narcissistic personality disorder may have special difficulties adjusting to the onset of physical and occupational limitations that are inherent in the aging process, meaning they do not grow old gracefully. Of this diagnosis, or of those diagnoses with narcissistic personality disorder, 50 to 75% are male. So when you have these people out here talking about my mother, my sister, my auntie, my grandmama, and all that, all in the same family, and they're all women, the majority of the narcissists are men. Out of that 0 to 6.2%, only 25% of that small group of people are female. Most narcissists are men. But I have seen more people trying to use it for a female. That means that the group of women who are narcissists is even smaller than the group of narcissists altogether. They like to tack on to other personality disorders. And there's some that personality disorders that may have some of these characteristics, so it make people think that somebody is a narcissist, but they're not. That's why you really need, let me say this, before you start going out here throwing out diagnoses and saying somebody is schizo, or somebody is bipolar, or somebody is this, that, or the other, you really need to investigate and see, because there's criteria for that. And we like to use those words so loosely and have no idea what we're talking about. That's why a mind is a terrible thing to waste. You perish without having knowledge. Knowledge is at the end of your fingertips. People can sit and watch TikTok all day or YouTube all day, but when it comes to finding out information or learning something new or looking up a word, they have a problem with it. They want somebody else to do it. You can learn a new word every day to broaden your vocabulary. So you can't sit there and say, I don't know how to talk well. I don't know how to do this well. You can learn how to do anything that you want to do. The possibilities are infinite. Anything you want to learn, you can pull it up on YouTube, Google it, or whatever. Shoot, in my day, you had to go to the encyclopedia. And if you don't know what that is, it's a lot of books labeled A through Z, and whatever you was looking for, you had to go to that letter and look it up. And then the information was limited. Because some letters they had together, I think like L and M, LM, or O and P might be together, something like that. So, yeah, you can tell it was definitely going to be limited by that. So I just wanted to come on and kind of give you an idea of what a true narcissist is. It's not what these people try to tell you. You know what? I keep telling people, there is some knuckleheads, some nincompoops, and some ignorant people on YouTube. There really is. They are scary. And I keep finding that the ones who always want to call Lord, Lord, are the scariest ones, because they seem to have some of the bigger platforms and more people are listening to them because they put on that cloak of religion. So people just automatically think that they're kind, they're understanding, they're honest. No, they're loving and caring. No. They can be con artists that's just trying to separate you from your resources. Some of them do some of the craziest things and say that it's underneath the hub of God, and it is not. So just don't blindly follow somebody just because they say something out their mouths. Do you know that you could be watching a person on YouTube and they could have told you a horrific story? Told you they came from a very bad childhood, that this was done to them, they didn't have that, and all these things, and they could simply be lying to you, and they had grown up in no worse a family than the average family. But because they were looking at ways of how to make more money, the bottom line is money. And there's a person that likes to call us trolls and trot mouth tricks, and now we're narcissists. They said in their video that they were there for clicks and views. And you know why? Because clicks and views make the money. And they're mad at us because they feel like we are interfering with the money that they've been making. See, it's not about people, because they had the nerve to say that we have superficial relationships over here. I don't know how they would know about any of our relationships between any of us, because they don't know. So how can they tell you that? A person that sits in front of a camera all day, every day, and make 4 to 5 videos or more a day, all they do is talking to a camera, believes that we're jealous because they have their YouTube family and the love coming from the people in the camera. Well, how about the rest of us have real people that we can touch and talk to that know us in real life that really loves us. Those of us on the other side of the fence, we're all getting to know each other. And we're going to meet up so that we can see each other in person. And guess what? Nobody's charging anybody for us to see each other. It's going to be a free meetup. Nobody has to pay anybody because nobody's better than the other person. And we're not celebrities. But I guess, we're not as big and famous as the other person. My thing is this. It's very, very sad when you can sit and say and tell the whole world that the only friends you have are the ones in your camera, on the internet, that you don't know, and they will leave you in a hot second, just like your old subs that really found out about who you really are. They're gone. You have a new whole group of people, minus a couple of them. But for the most part, they're all new, so they don't know yet. But that's sad. That's very, very sad. That's very sad when you can sit in a town where your family and supposed friends are, and yet you had said you're going to go have dinner with a family member or a friend. All you're doing is eating fast food. That's very sad. So I understand why you call us names. I understand why you feel that we're narcissists, because we're confident women. And we're older. You're in the same age group. I'm not sure why you think you're younger, but you are. So because we're confident women and we've grown to know who we are, we know we have faults. We know we're not perfect. We don't mind having, somebody give us constructive criticism. We don't get upset when people say stuff in our chat because we know we don't know them. They don't know us. So why get upset about it? We can be honest about our past and the things that we've done. And if we do anything on YouTube that is horrible, we can admit that. I know you want to say that we bully you and we're mean to you and we're doing all these things to you. But my thing is this. YouTube allows for a section where people can give criticism. They can give commentary. They can critique. They can do all this. They can do reaction videos to anybody's video on YouTube. And guess what? I guarantee the majority of the people on YouTube that's getting a reaction video done on them, they don't even know, and nor do they care, because they're not looking at other people's videos to see what they're saying about them. My dad used to say, a hurt dog will holler. I think when you have to come on and say you're not making videos about people, yet you are, that sounds like a hurt dog who's hollering. I know that it's hard to believe that you're not as perfect as you think you are. You're not as clean and pure and without, spot or wrinkle like you think you are. I know that's hurtful and you don't fully understand it. It's a hard pill to swallow. But maybe, just maybe, you're supposed to get something out of all this. Just maybe, you're supposed to clean your act up and get yourself together. I can't see, and I'm going to leave you guys with this analogy. If you were going to buy a house, and you went into a house, and you seen that the walls had holes in them, the blinds were falling down, the toilet was cracked, the tub The coating was coming up off of it. You seen dead roaches all over the place, mouse droppings all over the place, so you know both of them are living up in there. They just may not pop out while you're going through here. It smells horrible. It looks like people did all kinds of stuff to the carpet. Is this a house that you would want to buy and say it's your home if you're not in the business of buying messed up houses and fixing them up and flipping them? No, you wouldn't. You would not. You would look and you would say, oh my God, no. I would never live in something like that. Well, that's how I figure the Holy Spirit looks at us. When we have so much alt in our heart, so much anger and unforgiveness, when we can never really look and see who we really are and who God created us to be, that we got so much junk going on the inside, but we're trying to cover it up on the outside with glorious words and all the stuff that we do. I can't see the Holy Spirit want to live there, because he's looking at your body. Because see, our bodies house the Holy Spirit, if you have him. Why would he want to live in there if the house looks like the one I just described, just only on a spiritual sense? He wouldn't. So sometimes I think God is doing a little house cleaning. Yep. Just like people right now starting to do spring cleaning. Maybe that's what God's doing. Maybe he's doing a little spring cleaning. So maybe you need to look and see, how clean is your house? Bye.